Lock and Crawl here. All right, guys. So we're going back here to the issue, the problem that we have with these visors for pretty much up until at least now all the Jeep Wrangler JLs and the JTs. In our particular case, we have a Gladiator, 2021 Gladiator. And even when we were looking for Gladiators and we were test driving, all these visors were broken. Well, needless to say, ours did end up breaking. The passenger side, there's a video that I have out there. Passenger side had been replaced by the dealership during warranty. And after replacing that visor, and then this one breaking shortly after when it was outside of warranty, I ended up picking up these little adapters here that's supposed to hold it in so this doesn't happen. From the way these things work, it's really to avoid them from breaking in the first place. If you try to install it after it's broken, it doesn't work very well. But it does actually help strengthen the area for your stock visor if it's not already broken. So I did actually install these on both the one that's broken plus the passenger side that's not broken. Passenger side, ever since the dealership replaced it, it's been okay. But this one still keeps slipping out. And the way, again, if you're not familiar with this, and I have a video out there installing these, are pretty easy to install. Comes with its own hardware, obviously. The issue is that this just slides out because of the broken piece back here. It's a terrible design, but that's what breaks, and obviously it's plastic. There you go. So that's the way it's supposed to sit. And down here, as you see, it doesn't go all the way in. So that right there is what's supposed to hold it in place, and that is just a terrible design. That is not working for us. For anybody that owns these JLs and JTs, you got to be very careful when you're using these visors because they will break. So anyways, yeah, so the problem with this is it doesn't catch. I'm just take the screw off. I'm doing this with one hand, but well, that's fine. Well, anyways, you get the idea. This is supposed to grab there, and it's supposed to hold it in place so it doesn't slip out. Well, if it's not broken, it definitely helps to strengthen it. So I still recommend these. However, like I say, if it's already broken, that's not going to work. To remove the visor, I'll show you when I go to install it, but unfortunately I didn't record as I was removing it. Pretty easy to remove the visor. You do have to remove the panel. There you go. So this panel, I don't have the Gladiator here right now, but I'll show you here in a little bit as I'm installing it. But it's just 4 screws. You got a screw here and a screw there. And I actually took that top off on just that one driver's side that I'm working on. And then there's also 2 screws down here. And then back over here, you just pull it out and it snaps out. You got these little push pins right there that hold it in place. But yeah, once you take those screws off, it just pops right out, and then you just pull it out. Once you pull that out, then you have this visor that, as it's sitting there, you have a couple screws to take off. The ones that's here, and then you also have this one here that holds the visor on this end. It's just those 3 screws, and the wire runs on the side. Again, I'll show you when I go to put that back. So what I'm going to do this time around, I'm actually going to try to figure out here how to try to better strengthen this. So let's get to it. First thing I need to do is I need to remove the wires out of this pin in order to be able to slide this out of this thing here, and then try to figure out a way to bring that in more. so this doesn't happen. So I can sit this inside. So yeah, so let's get that started. All right, well, I already kind of screwed that up. These plastic pieces, just because of where it sits on the Jeep, it's actually pretty brittle. Try to use that pin there to slide it in on the side here and pull it up, but as you see, I broke it. Oh well, that's fine. I mean, either way, as I'm working on this, the other option is to buy another visor, and I'm not about to spend $400 on a visor. And this one is the visor where you could open, you got the garage door opener, so obviously there's more wires to it, plus you got the light here for the visor. So yeah, so it's obviously it's got some more plugins there. But anyways, now that that's exposed, I'm gonna go ahead and push these pins in here in those connectors and pull them out. Yeah, and you got looks like you have a white, red, and black cable. Oh, it's yellow, black, and red. And when you go to put it back, make sure it's put back to how it was. I'm not sure if that's yellow or white. I guess we'll find out here in a little bit. And I did actually come across these push nuts, and these were on Amazon for a pack of 5. I think they were like $5-6. So I'm gonna try to use this to put right above that once I get this pushed in. So all right, let's give it a go. Okay, so how you remove these pins, there's a little groove there. It's a little push pins on all 3 of them. I'm just gonna use something very small, little pick here, and those little connectors right there. You push that down and on each one, and then you pull them out one at a time. And then as you pull them, same thing. They start to come out. Let's do that. Okay. Now I just brought this up, and it does have a little bit of looks like it's greased up a little bit. So once I come out, just pull that out, and obviously that is the piece that keeps breaking on us. Put that to the side. Now that that's out, now I'm going to slide this piece out as well. Okay. So now I'm going to have to make that hole a little bit bigger so this right here can slide in. And then see that metal piece there is what I'm going to use the push nut for. And that hopefully will hold. Let's give it a go. All right, so what I'm using a Dremel tool. Got this little sander here. This particular Dremel does come with some other options. This one's actually too big, and I may have to use this, but I'm gonna start with this and give it a go. And here, I'm pretty much just gonna go around here and just kind of try to make that hole a little bit bigger. Let's try that. Unfortunately, my Dremel battery was pretty low, so but I did actually find that I had a this sanding tool here for a drill, so I'm going to use my drill, and it actually just happens to be the perfect size for what I'm trying to do here. So let's give that a try. All right, so I took off a pretty good amount of material out of there. Did it from here, and I did seal a little bit in the back as well. So now we'll see if this is going to fit in there. Let's try it. All right, so that looks much better. It's nice and flush. I did have to use these pliers here. What I did, I did try putting the rag here, but it was slipping. You know, it scuffed up the side there a little bit, but I grabbed it from here, and I grabbed it from back there, and I just squeezed both of these ends here gently. I didn't put a whole lot of power into it, but just enough for it to slide in. So now let's see if we could get this this push nut in there. Once I got my battery charged up for the Dremel, I switched the bit out and I actually cut some of this excess plastic from the broken to expose more of the metal. That way this push nut has enough area to grab as I try to put it in there. So, because if you notice, it gets a little bit wider as it goes down. So I don't want to cut too much, but I might have to. I might just cut a little bit more. Let's take a look. That looks a lot better. So again with the Dremel, so now it's going to be nice and tight. There you go. So I cut a little bit more of that material right around there. It tapers down as it goes down, so yeah, so now let's get this back in there, or get it back in here. All right. Now it's sitting a lot more flush. It's definitely inside there more. And if you take a look at the back, it's got a lot more area there to work with to put that push nut in there so it could hold. Let's give that a go. All right, so heck yeah, that works. All right, so that's on there really tight now. So what I did, once I made the hole big enough in order for it to slide in and expose more, and as you saw, I cut some more of that excessive plastic that was around there so it could expose more of that metal there. And then this push nut here, it was just enough that was about to start grabbing, had a little bit of space. Then I used this flathead screwdriver and I just hammered it all around. Just took my time hammering it down, and it's on there good. It's on there real good. So there you go. So that's that. So now I'm gonna install it. Let me get the Gladiator in position here so I could install it, and I'll show you guys how to put this all together. Oh, well, first of all, I want to get these wires back in first. Let's do that. Putting back in was very easy. Again, just line it up to how it was. Make sure this part's facing up. And you just push them in, and yeah, they just click into place. Unfortunately, as you saw at the beginning, I broke those pieces, the cover itself, but we should be good because once it connects, that area actually covers. So it's a little bit of exposed there, but it should be fine. Yep. All right, let's start getting this thing installed. First things first, I'm going to take this panel off, and you guys should be familiar with this. There you go. All right, let's get it out. So I'm going to start with this piece. It is a torque wrench, so I can use that. This is the part that clips here, and that spot there. Let's do that first. Once you put this on, go ahead and just clip that on that side, and then just put this in. There is actually a hole in there that you got to put in, and it kind of holds there while you put in the screws. So I'm going to start with this screw, and again, I'm going to use the one tool here to kind of help grab. So give it a little extra support. Okay, that's in. That's in. Wire's tucked in. I'll plug this in here. Be this way. There it is. It's that way. That's it. Yeah, see, even if I broke that piece, I mean, it's not exposed. Everything's covered, so I'm not really concerned. There is some tape that was on here just to kind of hold it in place, but that should be good. And you see that was already folded. All right, so now that's in. Let's go ahead and put the cover back on. All right, so first you slide that side in. Careful with the wires, as I mentioned. There's a section here. Right, I'll see if you can see that, but that goes in here. So kind of lift that up. And see, I just started to come out there, so put it back inside. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so yeah, give me a second. I need both hands. All right, that's in. All right, one thing to take a look at is the little push pin that's in here, right by the wires. You want to make sure that that's out of the way. Once you put it into that hole, line it up, and again, that little rail that's in here as well. There's one here also. Once that lines up, then you have this screw right there, and then you have two up here. So let's do that now. And that's that. There you go. Nice and tight. That's the way it should have been from the get-go. Yeah, a little frustrating, but anyways, like I said, I'm not about to spend $400 on another visor. And this was a little bit more expensive. I've came across a couple of them for $200 on eBay, but it doesn't come with the remote. So that's why this one's a little bit more expensive. All right, hope you guys like this content, guys. Please like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you guys. You guys be safe out there. See you later.